Okay, I'm back. Should be part three, part three, my collection video. Let's go. Dracula, Brian Stoker. Dracula, of course, directed. This is the Francis Ford Coppola. Actually, I say Brian De Palma. Francis Ford Coppola, Gary Oldman is Dracula, who's fantastic. Winona Ryder, Keanu Reeves, who can't act. It's horrible in that. Okay, Mean Girls. Lindsay Lohan, of course, Amanda Seyfried is in this as well, and what's her name? Rachel McAdams, Tim Meadows, and Tina Fey is in this as well. And Lindsay Lohan never looked any hotter than she looked in this movie. Of course, before she all went to hell with her bad girl behavior, but what are you gonna do? Okay, Colombiana, starring Zoe Saldana. She's a total badass who wants revenge. When they killed her family, her mother and father, she wants revenge. And of course, she's a total badass, and I love that fight that she has in the bathroom with the towel. She's a total badass. Okay, Aaron Kumar. I haven't watched these movies or not. Believe it or not, I haven't watched these movies. I have the first two movies here. I didn't get the third one. This is the first one, The White Castle, and this is the unrated one. The second one, Escape from Guantanamo Bay. Okay, I'll have to check those out. I'll try to get the third one and do a marathon probably one day and review all three of them at once. Okay, My Bloody Valentine 3D. This is the remake. Okay, I saw the original. The original freaked me out, especially the ending. This one was decent. It was a decent remake. Okay, 3D. It comes with 3D glasses in that one. Okay, of course, Thor, the one that started it off, Chris Hemsworth, who's absolutely fantastic in this. Okay, and Natalie Portman, Anthony Hopkins. Okay, of course, introduce us all to what's his face as well. Tom Hiddleston as Loki. He's great. Okay, Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Sean Penn, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Phoebe Cates, Judge Reinhold. This is a fantastic movie. What's that guy's name? Robert Romeos, who is also who's in this. Eric Stoltz is in this. What's the guy's name from ER? Anthony Edwards is in this. It's just a great cast in this movie. Okay, and you get to see Phoebe Cates topless. Okay, for you perverts. Okay, of course, The Blind Side. Sandra Bullock won an Academy Award for a portrayal of the mother who takes this homeless kid and turns him into a star. Okay, the original RoboCop. I'll buy that for $1. Okay, great. The remake is coming out next month, which I'm actually looking forward to. But this one, Peter Weller, is a classic. Okay, Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist. Michael Cera, Kat Dennings, who was absolutely gorgeous and incredibly sexy in this movie. Okay, there we go. Okay, Unleashed, a very underrated movie, I believe. Jet Li, Morgan Freeman, Bob Hoskins. Basically, they treat Jet Li like an animal, but he can fight. And then he breaks free and he lives with Morgan Freeman and his daughter, stepdaughter, I think, for a little bit, and he learns kindness and everything else. And then he has to, get revenge when they come looking for him. And just a really good underrated movie from Jet Li, very good. And another movie that really surprised me: Carey Mulligan, Andrew Garfield, and Keira Knightley, Never Let Me Go. This is supposed to be, I think, set somewhat in the future where these kids are bred to be replacement donors for the originals. I think that's what the premise is. I think, or is it for rich people? I forget. But it's really good actually. And Carey Mulligan and Andrew Garfield is really good in this. Okay, and Keira Knightley is in this as well. Okay, Copycat, a really good underrated movie. It's Sigourney Weaver, Holly Hunter, Dermot Mulroney, and Harry Connick Jr. And Harry Connick Jr. is really scary in this as a serial killer in here. The opening scene in this movie is absolutely fantastic and really chilling. And Harry Connick, if you didn't know that he was a singer actor, he scared the crap out of you with the look he has in this movie. Harry Connick Jr. is just freaking scary. But basically, Copycat is about this guy that goes around copying serial killers, and he is really good. And Sigourney Weaver and Holly Hunter are really good in this. And I read that Holly Hunter's part in this movie was originally written for a man, but they switched it around. But it's really good and definitely underrated. Okay, The Others, a nice haunted house movie with Nicole Kidman. I think it's supposed to be set during World War I believe, about a wife who's waiting in this mansion with her two young daughter and young son, and it's, of course, all these weird things go on. Really underrated, really good, great atmosphere in that movie. And of course, The Prestige, about the battle between these two magicians, Hugh Jackman and Kristen Bale, of course, and Michael Caine's in this as well, and David Bowie, and of course Scarlett Johansson. Really good Christopher Nolan movie. Very underrated. I'm gonna watch this again because this movie has a lot of twists and turns in it. Okay, Forbidden Planet, a young Leslie Nielsen in this, and a gorgeous Anne Francis in this. Okay, and Walter Pigeon. Basically about these guys that go to this planet and they discover all these weird things going on, and it's really, really one of the better sci-fi. And of course, it has Robbie the robot in there. Okay. Okay, Transporter movies. Let me pull these out. Okay. Okay, there's Transporter 1, Transporter 2, and Transporter 3. Okay. Jason Statham, you know the guy. He never opens the package and he doesn't want to know anything. He just drives and stuff, of course. But of course, it wouldn't be a movie if he just did that and nothing happened, of course. So there you go, the 3 Transporter movies. I think the first one is the best one, of course. Okay, to another great crime action movie, To Live and Die in L.A. William Friedkin. This is just great. William Petersen is outstanding as this driven detective trying to catch William Dafoe, who plays this drug dealer, I think. And then a really, really, really good movie. Just really underrated. And that there's a scene of them driving backward on the highway in this movie that you got to see to believe. But To Live and Die in L.A. really good. Of course, Jennifer's Body. I haven't watched this yet. Megan Fox and Amanda Seyfried about this hot cheerleader chick that gets, I think, she gets murdered, I think, and then she possessed by some alien or some crap. I haven't watched it yet. The only part I've ever seen, of course, is the incredible, great lesbian scene. That's reason enough to get this movie. But I got to watch the whole movie, just do a review of it eventually. Okay, The Side of House Rules. Of course, Tobey Maguire. He plays this orphan. He lives in this orphanage with a bunch of, and I think Michael Caine is like the doctor there, and they grow up there, and he has a bunch of young charges and stuff. And of course, he meets Charlize Theron, and of course, falls for her. And it's really, really good movie. Michael Caine, I think he won Academy Award, Best Supporting Actor. Yep. Michael Caine was really good in that. Okay, Piranha 3D. Of course, it's an exploitation movie, and of course, a remake. Okay, of the one that came out, I think, in the 70s or the 60s. Okay, and this one is actually quite good. And Jerry O'Connell, I think that's the guy's name, who gets his bit off. He's really funny in this, and this is good. Okay, I didn't see the sequel, the one 3D, Double D, or whatever that is. Okay, American Psycho. I read the book, and I have that book somewhere, which I have to find. And the book, trust me, you thought the movie was sick, and Kristen Bell is great in this, but the book is even sicker than the movie. Believe it or not, they tamed the movie down compared to the book. Okay. Okay, and whoa! Ric Flair, baby. I gotta open this. I got this for $6.99 at this store, grocery store that they sell, DVDs, movies, and stuff, like $6 or $7. But anyway, this is the Nature Boy, the definitive collection. Okay, and I gotta watch this because I love Ric Flair. Ric Flair was the man, wrestling-wise, for those who know. Okay, and I gotta watch it one day. Okay, now Iron Man 2, which wasn't the best. Okay, but I got this from Australia. I got this from my good friend Mick, Emirate 666. Iron Man 2. Okay, and this is a decent movie actually. Michelle Williams, Kenneth Branagh, Eddie Redmayne, and Judi Dench, Marilyn, My Week with Marilyn, Pure Perfection, and she does a good impersonation of Marilyn Monroe. This is supposed to be like when they were filming The Prince and the Showgirl, and basically a week in that life of that filming, and it shows how vulnerable Marilyn Monroe was. And Michelle Williams is quite good in this. Okay, very sexy. Okay, and Eddie Redmayne, he's like a gopher or something, and he gets hired to basically to take care of her and watch over because she has all these emotional problems and stuff. They have to make sure that she shows up on time and does the script well and everything else. And Kenneth Branagh plays Laurence Olivier, and he does a decent job as well. Of course, it's the remake King Kong by Peter Jackson, which is really, really good. I love that fight with the dinosaurs. That was great, and I love the whole interaction between him and what's her name, Naomi Watts in New York when they had that fun thing in the park. This is a really, really good remake. Okay. Okay. And of course, this is the Batman Begins. This is like a special edition, which I haven't opened yet. Okay. It has a nice weird cover there of the Batman and the bats behind him. Okay. What can you say? Batman Begins, my favorite of the Christopher Nolan Dark Knight movies. Okay. Okay, Ocean's 13. This is all 3 movies, 11, 12, and 13. I got this during Black Friday. It says $34.99, but I think I paid $10 for it. Okay, for all 3 movies in this. This is decent. Had a great cast in there. Of course, and then of course, Superman, the motion picture anthology, which I absolutely love, the Christopher Lee ones. Okay, and it even has, I think, Superman Returns in this as well. yeah, Superman the movie, especially Superman 2, Superman 3, the Richard Donner cut, Superman 2, Richard Donner cut, Superman 3, Superman 4, and Superman Returns. Okay, there we go. Great addition. Okay, and then we have the Hulk versus Thor and the Hulk versus Wolverine. Okay, which is two great things, and I think this has. Okay, no, I thought this had a green case, but I mean a green slip, case in there, but it doesn't. Okay, two great animated movies: Hulk versus Thor and Hulk versus Wolverine. Okay, which is really, really good. Okay, got that. Okay, now this is, I love anything with lines on the Animal Channel. I love any and everything with that. So I got Africa, the Serengeti, narrated by James Earl Jones. Okay, there we go. Okay, about lions, I love anything lions. Of course, Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines, of course, which I think was a decent movie. It wasn't as bad as people think of it. I think it was. Okay, there we go. Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines. Okay, and I love this movie. Julia Stiles and Heath Ledger, 10 Things I Hate About You. What a great cast. Besides them two, it has Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Laura Escalante, Larry Miller, Andrew Keegan, David Cornwallis, Susan Ray Pratt. This is a great movie about, basically this is a Taming of the Shrew set in high school years, basically, and it's really good. Heath Ledger and Julia Stiles are great in this, and so is Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and that's really good, very underrated. Okay, and then of course, 300, one of my absolute favorite movies, 300, Gerard Butler, classic. And I gotta get me one of those helmets one day. I'm gonna get me one of those helmets. Watch for it on my channel. I'm gonna have one of those helmets. I'm gonna get one of those. And Deja Vu, I absolutely love this movie, Deja Vu. Basically, it's Denzel Washington. He's like a cop, and he has to investigate. This boat has exploded, and it's been exposing people. Basically, a terrorist attack. He has to investigate, and they find a woman's dead body like miles away from the explosion. They try to make the connection between her and the explosion, and then he gets involved with these scientists that basically can do time travel, and he travels back, and it's really, really good, really underrated. And also Jim Caviezel is in this movie as well, and Val Kilmer, really underrated. See that movie, Deja Vu. Of course, then we have Let the Right One In, the original vampire movie about the young boy who befriends the vampire. Then you have the remake, Let Me In, which I thought was a decent remake as well. Chloe Grace Moretz is in this. I thought this was really good, real decent remake. And of course the original, which I loved. Okay, so we got those. And then of course we have Darkman, Sam Raimi. I love this movie. Liam Neeson. Okay, he plays a scientist. And Francis McDormand's in it as well. And he plays Peyton Westlake. How can you not love that name? Who gets basically blown up by these evil guys because they think he has these papers. I think that his girlfriend, they thought she gave it to him, and they're looking for it, and they basically blow him up, and then he basically can't feel anything anymore, and basically he uses disguises to get back at the bad guys, and it's really a really good movie. Okay, and I heard they're supposed to be making a special edition of this movie. Supposed to be getting released, I think, this year. Okay, of course, James Cameron's Avatar, right there. What can you say? The story's true. All the stories, for me, it's nothing that you haven't seen before. Visually, the movie is absolutely beautiful. Okay, this is a 3-disc Blu Ray set. Okay, and they're supposed to be making, I think, the Avatar movies back to back. I think starting this year. Of course, we have the Alien Anthology set. I got this one from England. That's hence the little 18 thing there is on the bottom there. The Alien Anthology, Aliens, Alien 3, and Alien Resurrection. That. And I'll probably be reviewing those movies when I do my film series reviews. And of course, the classic, who could forget, Halloween, John Carpenter. Okay. And of course, in Star Trek, the reboot. Okay, this is the 3-disc edition. There we go, right there. Fantastic reboot. Okay, and then my all-time classic Western, John Wayne, The Searchers. Who could forget this? John Wayne plays Ethan. Is it Ethan? Yeah. Ethan, Ethan, what's his name? John Wayne, Ethan, who can't stand Indians, and he has to find his goes on the search, hence the Searchers, with his nephew to find his kidnapped niece. And the great thing about that is that you don't know if he's going to actually kill him when he catches up to him, because he can't stand Indians, and she gets kidnapped by Indians and basically being raised by them, and he can't stand Indians, and you don't know if he's going to kill her or not when he catches up to her. That's the great tension between whether he's going to do it or not. Anyway, M. Night Shyamalan, Signs. I really like this movie about aliens and stuff. Okay, really good. Okay, Dark Water, another remake of a Japanese horror movie, and I really like this. I love the mother-daughter bond between Jennifer Connelly and the young actress who plays her daughter. I always thought I would like them to make a sequel to that. Okay, just my little 2 cents with the daughter, maybe coming back to try to free her mother's soul. Just saying that, just throwing it out there, and copyright that. Okay, don't only steal that idea. Okay, 9, which actually was a really weird movie, but really good about these 9 creatures that wake up sometime in the future, and they have to battle these mechanical creatures. It's really good. Sherlock Holmes, of course, with Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes, Jude Law is Watson. Really, really good. Rachel McAdams is in this. Okay. Scream, of course, the original. No, Scream 4, I'm sorry. The original. Scream 4. I have the other 3 Scream movies over there. But this is Scream 4. Okay, this is the remake. Okay, what's that? What's her name? Emma Roberts is in this as well. Besides, bringing back the original people that were still alive, and that was actually better than 3. A nice entry into the series. Minority Report, Spielberg, Tom Cruise, really, really good about cops in the future. Okay. Okay, Mimic, another movie by Guillermo del Toro about these bugs, and it's really good. Starring Mina Serena, Jerry Northam, Josh Brolin, F. Murray Abraham, and Charles Dutton. Okay, about these, they come up with this. I think this is some kind of virus that's killing kids, and they come up with a bug to eradicate the virus, and then it starts to mutate, and basically they have to hunt for it in the subway. Really good. Okay, Machete. Okay, Machete don't do text, right? That's what I think. Machete don't do text. Okay, really good. Robert Rodriguez. Of course, so I think the sequel, which came out, I think comes out on Blu Ray this week. I don't think the sequel wasn't as good as the original, but what are you gonna do? Okay, Big Trouble in Little China, John Carpenter, Kurt Russell, Kim Cattrall. I absolutely love this movie. Kurt Russell is absolutely hysterical in this movie. Great mix of action, comedy, and just really, really good martial arts. Really good. Al Pacino, Carlito's Way, Sean Penn, who's a real sleazebag in this movie, and really good. Okay, True Grit. This is the remake of the John Wayne classic. Okay, Jeff Bridges, Matt Damon, and Josh Brolin. Okay, and what's the young actress name? I'm sorry, what's her name? Haley Stanford Field. She's the one that hires Rooster Carbone, I think that's the name, right? To hunt down Tom Chaney, the guy who killed her father, I think. Yeah. And anyway, it's a decent remake. Okay. Okay. Of course, Dazed and Confused. I've seen this on cable years ago. Okay, and I gotta probably revisit this. What a cast! Ben Affleck, Mila Jovovich, Jason London, Julian Lee Adams, Parker Posey, and what's his name? God damn, what's his name? I'm drawing a blank on his name. What is his name? Matthew McConaughey. Jesus Christ. Okay, of course, Misery. I read the book. A great adaptation of Stephen King's love story. James Caan, Kathy Bates. God, I love you. I love that. Okay, Expendables. Of course, a great movie by Stallone with all the old action stars in it. Okay, definitely looks forward to Expendables 3. Of course, Taken. What more can you say? Great revenge movie. Okay, the comedy classic Young Frankenstein, a Mel Brooks film. Gene Wilder and Peter Boyle, Marty Feldman, Cloris Leachman, and just a great class. Terry Garr. Of course, Training Day. Denzel won Academy Award as a crop Ethan Hawke. Really good. Okay, Contact, a very underrated movie in my opinion. Jodie Foster and Matthew McConaughey. A very underrated movie. Definitely got to see this. Check that movie out. Okay, Waterboy Adam Sandler. This one he was making funny movies. This is really good. About a simple guy who started off as a water boy and then becomes a player on the team. And what's the actress name? Who looks so freaking hot. Who was in Faraza Balk. That's her name. Vicky right there. She's really hot and really good in this movie as well as his girlfriend. Anyway, The Thing, John Carpenter's. What can you say? This is a movie. This is a case where the original. This is where the remake surpasses the original. Okay, the James Arness original, and this is the remake, and this remake is classic. Okay, fantastic. Okay, Trick or Treat. I heard lots of things about this, and then I finally got to watch it. Great anthology of stories set around Halloween. Fantastic. Okay, Crazy Stupid Love. I haven't watched yet, believe it or not, and I gotta watch this because look at the cast: Steve Carell, who I love, Ryan Gosling, Julianne Moore, Emma Stone, Marissa Tomei, and Kevin Bacon. what a cast. Okay, I gotta watch this. Okay, gotta watch it. Okay, Three Kings. I haven't watched this either. This is a David O. Russell film who did, of course, Silver Linings Playbook and American Hustle. I gotta watch this. I've been wanting to watch. I just only see scenes of this, but not the whole thing. George Clooney, Mark Wahlberg, and Ice Cube. Okay. Okay, the Batman Anthology, motion picture from '89 to '97. Of course, it gives you Batman, Batman Returns, Batman Forever, and Batman and Robin on Blu Ray. Okay. And of course, The Descendants, a really good movie about a husband whose wife winds up in a coma, and he finds out later that she cheated on him, and he takes his two young daughters and basically he tries to investigate what happened, and really good, basically about family. It's really, really good, set in Hawaii, so it's beautiful to look at as well. Well, very well acted. Sorcerers Apprentice, this is a really good movie. Nicolas Cage, Jay Baruchel. Nicolas Cage actually is pretty good in this, and very funny in this. And Teresa Palmer's in this as well. She plays the girl. Basically about he's the apprentice, Jay Baruchel, and Nicolas Cage is the, of course, the sorcerer, and it's really, actually, really pretty good. Okay, a lot better than I thought it would be. Okay, so that's the second shelf, and I'll leave it at that. Okay, and then I'll put these back and go on to the third shelf. Okay, let me know what you think of these. Feel free to leave comments down below. And this is Trey Pastor saying so long and take care.